Maybe that's better. Yeah, what's that? You sure you want to know? Like, I think so, yeah. Alright, let me show you. I'm going to do this! Like, and stuff. By the time they realized what he was doing, it was too late to stop. The man's body moved like a snake's. In the blink of an eye, he had slid around behind her and wrapped his arm around her waist. Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? Silver, Santa, leapt forward toward Clover and the ninth man. He was halfway there when... Let's just stay back. I don't know who's talking. Suddenly the man's hand drove into his pocket. Ooh. Oh, spooky. It came back out with a knife. A pocket knife. He held it to Clover's pale, quivering neck. If you insist on getting any closer, I'll cut her open. Santa skidded to a halt and snarled at the scrawny man with the knife and gritted his teeth. Yes, that's right. The man's smile was neither friendly nor reassuring. His sweat poured down his neck, soaking the collar of his shirt. Clover, are you all right? The prince, Snake's, voice sounded oddly concerned. I think so, yeah, stuff. I'm fine. Her voice shook, making her words even less convincing. What the hell are you trying to do? I told you. This is my plan. What are you gonna do to her? You sick son of a bitch? Don't worry. I'm not going to do anything to her. If she just does what I tell her to, I'll let her go. He started to move backward, slowly, keeping his grip on Clover. Keeping their distance, Junpei and the others followed. Eventually, the man reached the wall. He gave a start as his back touched it, then glanced around quickly and spoke. Verify. Like, huh? The left. Look on your left. Do you see the device on the wall? Place your hand on the scanner panel of the round part. Well, like, what if I, don't want to and stuff? The man's nostrils... The man's nostrils flared, and he looked like he was going to choke. Are you an idiot? What do you think? I could slit your throat right now. I'll kill you if I have to. All I need is your bracelet. Just do it. Do it now, Gohan. Okay. He pressed the knife against Clover's neck hard. Slowly, she stretched her arm and hand out toward the device. Okay. Her back was to it, and she tried to feel around for a moment before she found a circular panel. It made a cold electronic noise. On the display above her hand, an asterisk, I always have trouble saying that, appeared. So that's how it works, Junpei thought to himself. By placing one's palm on what the ninth man had called the scanner panel, the user's bracelet number would be entered into the device. Should the total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open. Junpei shifted his eyes toward the door itself. Okay, the number was 5. The ninth man seemed to know a little more about the device's operation than he should. How had he known exactly what to do? Good. You're done. Next. His bloodshot eyes crept from person to person until finally they stopped on the lion, Ace. You, right? You're the one with the number 1 bracelet, right? Yes, I am. So? Then you're next. Just verify your number like this little brat did. What are you doing? Do it! don't care what happens to her? Don't you care what happens to her? You don't like Zero's voice? I don't know what else to do, man. I mean, it's I like trying to do Bane. Don't worry, Zero doesn't really his voice doesn't really show up all that often, so he's actually probably done now. Maybe he talks a few more times. I don't know, but it doesn't pop up very often. So okay, just calm down. No, just calm down. Ace held up his hands, palms out. The ninth man jerked his chin toward the device. Slowly cautious, Ace moved toward the device. After what seemed like an agonizing eternity, he reached it. Now, verify. Ace nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. The device beeped again, and a second asterisk appeared. Now the device had Clover and Ace's numbers. 4 and 1. 4 plus 1 equals 5. The same as the number written on the door. But it wouldn't open just yet. Here, I'll try a different voice right now.
Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door.
The door needed at least one more person. Who would that be? Get back! His voice shook, but the knife held to Clover's throat made his words a command. Ace took 2, then 3 steps back. No farther. More than that. No, farther. More than that. Go all the way back. Slowly, Ace did what he was told. The ninth man's lips curled into a cruel, twisted smile. That was when Junpei understood his plan. Clover's 4 and Ace's 1. Added to the ninth man's 9. 4 plus 1 plus 9 equals 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. In other words... Thank God you are all so cooperative. Now I can get out of this nightmare. He pressed his own hand against the scanner panel. A third asterisk appeared on the screen. He dropped his hand to the lever on the side of the device and pulled. The door opened with a heavy metallic groan. He let go of Clover. Wait! Junpei leapt toward the ninth man, but he wasn't fast enough. The man shoved Clover. Like on stuff! And hopped through the door. See you later, suckers. Okay, have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then, goodbye. He raised his hand and waved a twisted smirk on his face. Then he was gone. The door ground shut with a dull clang of metal on metal. Just to let you guys know, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. We're not done with this just yet. Clover, are you all right? Snake ran to Clover's side as she lay on the floor. Like, yeah, I'm fine. She climbed unsteadily to her feet, and once there, leaned heavily on Snake's shoulder for support. Junpei ran to the door. The others followed him. Several pairs of hands grabbed a hold of the handles and pulled. They grunted and strained, but... Oh yeah, see that joke there. Why ninth man? Why not knife man? They grunted and strained, but... Shit! It won't budge! That was when Lotus, the dancer, spoke. Her voice was quiet. Do you hear something? Like what? Like some sort of beeping. Junpei pressed his ear against the cold metal of the door. The others did the same. You're right, I can hear it too. What's this? Then they heard something else. It was the ninth man. Shit! Why isn't it stopping? God damn it! You lied! Lied? This wasn't supposed to happen. This is wrong. This is wrong. His voice shook with fear. Safe on the outside, they stepped back from the Sorry, something fell down. From the door and looked at one another. What's happening in there? Open the door! Please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Get me out of here! Junpei grabbed hold of the device. He slammed his hand on the scanner panel. Nothing happened. Why didn't it register him? He looked at the display where the asterisk had shown up. It said engaged. Oh my god, there's no time left. Listen, I was lied to. He lied to me. He put me in here. It was him. He killed me. It was him. Yeah! The explosion rocked the room, like Rock and the Dragon. Instinctively they ducked, then stood up slowly when they realized there was no danger. No one spoke. Silence filled the room. In that silence, the electronic tone of echoes across the room sounded as loud as a gunshot. All eyes turned toward it. It had come from the device mounted next to the door. The display changed from engaged to vacant. Let's see if we can open it. 7, the mountain, swallowed hard. Junpei nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. A red asterisk appeared on the LCD panel. The device had registered Junpei's bracelet number 5. His was not enough, however. At least 2 more people were needed. Junpei asked, "Which pair?" Okay. So we can make a decision here. How this I don't think this decision makes any difference at all, but it will be a good... Yeah, this decision doesn't have effect on anything, so it can be any of these. But it will be a good test to see how we're going to do this. I want to do it in a way that's from top to bottom. It's going to be numbered 1, 2, and 3. So the top one, Ace and Lotus, that's number 1. Snake and 7 is 2. Santa and June is 3. It will always be like that. So whichever one you guys want to vote for, say 1, 2, or 3. Okay? That's how we're going to do it. So, vote. We're going to do a test here, so let's vote. Alright, 3 wins. 3 has 4 votes. No one voted for number 1, though. Alright, so... Yes, I believe that your brother votes 3. Please don't use that as a way to cheat. I will not like you if you do that. But I will believe you. Okay. So we're going with option 3. Alright, here we go. Santa and June. Santa and June, you think you could give me a hand here? The pun was a little too on the nose, but the mood was still grim. Give me a hand here, ha 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 ha. Both Santa and June lifted their hands silently. He verified as she followed suit. 5 plus 3 plus 6 equals 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. They'd fulfilled the conditions. If they were to pull the lever on the side... Are you guys ready? I'm gonna open it. Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. They stiffened and nodded. Now remember, guys, we won't see anything bad, but the game will describe it to us in pretty good detail, so just be ready for that, okay? I wouldn't recommend eating anything right now. Junpei nodded back and set his mouth in a grim line. He slowly lowered the lever. There was a metallic groan, and the door slid open. A breath of air drifted out, carrying a stench that nearly made them gag. Junpei grimaced and put his hand over his mouth. Oh my god. Good god. Lotus and Ace shuddered. 7 grunted. Whoa, that's pretty bad. Even Santa's voice shook. Kakarot blew up. It appeared that Santa was right. The hallway on the other side of the door was splattered with chunks of torn flesh and dark red blood. You see a little blood, that's it. You don't see any body or anything. The shriek echoed across the room. It had come from June. Then her strength left her, and she dropped. As Junpei turned to catch her, the door groaned shut. Oh, I guess they didn't describe it that time. I know that they do, though. Maybe a different time? She crumpled to the floor. June, you okay? Junpei dropped to his knees and put his arm around her shoulders. That was when he noticed. Her whole body was feverish. She was radiating intense heat. What the hell? Where's this fever coming from? June didn't answer. Her face looked like wax, and her whole body began to shake. Alright, let's just rest for a minute, okay? You think you can walk? She nodded weakly. Junpei lifted June to her feet and guided her to a nearby chair. We got about 5 minutes. Are you guys okay with that? Like, that blood is about the only bad thing that's there. The music, though, are you saying it's creepy? Because it is creepy. And guided her to a nearby chair. Okay. Here we go. As gently as he could, he set her down. In it. How are you feeling? Are you alright? She nodded, and as she did, a single huge tear rolled down the side of her face. Why? Why did this happen? Her voice crackled, broken by misery and grief, and choked by sobs. Why did this happen? Junpei spun around. Do any of you know what the fuck is going on here? Who's Zero? What's this nonary game? Come on, anybody? Anything! What the hell's going on? What are we doing here? No one spoke. Ace, Snake, Santa, Clover, Seven, and Lotus. They simply stood there, 7 pairs of downcast eyes and 7 grim lines of mouths. June's body shook with silent sobs. They slowed as the minutes ticked by, and eventually they stopped. I think this would probably make a good breaking point. Oh yeah, I think we're ready. I think we can go now. I see we got people here again, so ready to go. I went and got some water, because you guys say my voice was dry, or one of you did, so I have some water with me now. Instead of Dr. Pepper. I'd probably just dry my mouth out more, or my mouth out, yeah. The clock in the central hall. Okay, suddenly, in the cold, heavy silence that had enveloped them like a thick fog, a bell began to ring. The clock in the central hall. 7, 8, 9, 10 times. So it's been 30 minutes. There's no webcam because I felt as though my face would distract from the game, since this game is supposed to be very atmospheric and, you know, like, you're supposed to... Like, I really wanted to play this game at nighttime, but this was basically the best time for me to do this, which is unfortunate, but I don't want to break immersion or anything. I know me talking kind of does that, but I kind of just want to keep it, you know, as, I don't know, atmospheric as possible, I suppose. Okay. And then, on the 10th ring, it stopped. The sound of the bell faded away into silence.
It's 10 o'clock then.
Ace said what each one of them had been thinking.
That means it's been an hour since Zero's little announcement.
Seven's deep voice echoed across the room.
Fuck! I've had enough of this crap!
Santa leapt to his feet, his fist clenched.
How long are we going to pussyfoot around like this? We've only got 8 hours until this time limit Kakarot was going on about is up. Let's get going already. Go, go!
Santa's outbursts fell on deaf ears. No one seemed to agree with him. Okay. They stared back at him with their eyes blank and their faces tired. Finally, Lotus spoke. No, I refuse. I'm not going to end up like him.
Him? You mean Kakarot?
Of course. Who else? In his mind's eye, Junpei saw the corpse again.